Hey folks, welcome to the TTC and the wonderful, wonderful free ringtone that I've got for you at the moment. Now I've only gone and closed down my software and it's such drama to open it all up again. I don't know if you noticed that about Logic Pro. Because I work with files all day long, every day, my computer is very, very busy. And every time I make a track, I go through so many experimental steps that for Logic Pro to memorise all that, when you next go into it, if you've saved it, it does mean actually that it's going to take quite a long time to load. And it's a bit prone to being a bit glitchy as well. So, you know, the advice is always to make sure you're not on Wi-Fi. If you need internet, rather have a cable. But it's better actually just to turn all access to the outside world off while you're editing. I mean, I tend not to actually, but I always use a cable, not Wi-Fi, because it just gets too much with the software, and you don't want the software to crash in the middle of when you're doing something really, really good, because the chances that you'll lose at least a step or two are really quite high. I mean, I don't tend to get that on this computer. I've got a really big computer here with a lot of storage and a lot of power behind it, but if I use my laptop, I crash all the time. So actually that's why I bought this computer, because I was sick to death of crashing all the time. It helps if you make sure that you save as often as possible. You can save the last 100 steps, but the computer is going to really... Actually, I don't know if you can... I've never tried to save 100. But you can decide how many steps back it saves, the software saves. And I tend to keep that quite low, well under 10. Usually sort of 4 or 5, because I'm a bit more experienced now. And when you're starting early, you might want to go back, 20 steps because you've royally effed up or something. So just a little bit of advice there. So what did I do now? I've done a female vocal, and I wanted it to be quite sad. And I was talking about percussion in the last broadcast, and how, because I'm usually a spoken word artist, percussion works really, really well. But percussion always works for me really, really well when you want to do something that's really sad. I mean, not obviously if you speed it up and do it in a more sort of dance-like way, it sounds a bit happier. But I've slowed this down, and it's got a lot of kick, a lot of bass, and that makes things sound a little bit eerie as well. And especially if people can feel that in their chest. In case you don't know, I do music therapy with the Rife vibrations, and they all use a lot of bass. And because I'm a cellist, there's always a lot of bass around, and I think that really works if you're looking for that sort of thing. Anyway, this is really sad. So why you say it's over is the vocal, and there's 2-part vocal, and keeping it quite naked, the naked vocal with no other music, really. And if you put that through a flange, if you put a bit of distortion on it, if you put the 60s and some echo, and perhaps the plug-in as well. There's a pedal called Heavenly Voices, which is a chorus, but it's quite heavenly and it can sound really sad. Although there is a bright option, you can make it sound brighter. So I sort of did all that, and I think it's a really nice one. So it's 12 seconds, and this is your freebie for today. So free for personal use, as you know. If you want to buy the license to use this, pop over to my Pond 5. I'm going to upload because I haven't uploaded them for a while, so I've got about 10 to upload over to my Pond 5. Guys, look, if you want to use one of these professionally for something, to sample it for your own music, etc., just get in touch if you can't find it, and I'll sort something out straight away. So it's really not an issue. Okay, so it's Monday, isn't it? I thought it was the weekend. I'm getting ready for this art exhibition. I'm like in another world, really. So while you say it's over, this is your freebie for today, made by Telltale Club, featuring the iServalan vocal. Enjoy, my friends.
Why you say it's over? Why you say you're life